I am not trying to be part of the Team LH mafia here. I every time we have a conversation about different drivers, different situations, I try to be as sort of balanced and fair as I can. But it's just very strange to me to see no less than like 3-4 days of consistent bashing of one guy. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of F1Talk. And man, I have been debating what to call this episode. Honestly, Joe, I've been struggling with it. But there are two titles that really come to mind. First, F1, No Country for Black Men, ? Or
no place, no space for black men?
Yeah. Or, the other one is F1, No Country for Salty White Men.
Hey, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, based on that introduction, I wanted to kind of explain to our viewers what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In the last, how many days now? We have
3 to 4 days.
Yeah, from June 23rd.
Yeah.
June 24th and June 26th. So about 4 days total. We have had just an onslaught from Jacques Villeneuve to Jackie Stewart, of all surprise, right?
The man they call legend, Jackie Stewart.
And Bernie Ecclestone, who I don't know what you guys out there think, but personally, I think Ecclestone is first, absolutely effing irrelevant, and he is possibly the worst of what F1 represents, in my view. And I'm glad he's gone, 100%. But these three characters, and including Nico Rosberg, even decided
Nico Rosberg,
to chime in on the issue too.
Yeah. He actually, is on Hamilton's ability of driving.
Well, and that's what it is. All of a sudden, literally every single day, basically for the last few days, these guys have all been piling in on Hamilton, which is very weird, right? Because, we just talked about in our last video how Mercedes and Toto Wolff absolutely admitted that they were using Hamilton's car to do experimental setups. And if you look at the numbers, actually, considering how experimental his setups have been, his performance has actually still been better than George Russell, who has had the much more mildly set up car. Actually, they've had George Russell in very consistent cars. So it's very strange. Why is this all of a sudden this campaign to be against Hamilton all over again, just after the guy got his first podium of the season? I just don't get it. Are these old white men, just threatened by him again all of a sudden? What's the issue?
I think this old white man, old white dude. Because if you take a look at all of them, they can achieve what Lewis Hamilton did. 7-time world champion, 100 and something wins, pole position. They can achieve what he do. And then I think they were just jealous. And then they just want him to be gone in Formula 1.
Yeah, man.
Because they can achieve what Hamilton has achieved and what Hamilton has reached. in Formula One history.
But what's the thing that triggered that? And I just don't get it, right? Jacques Villeneuve appears to point the finger at Lewis Hamilton over Mercedes' problems, talking about how he doesn't see that the champion has been driving to his potential and dragging his arms on the ground and is not performing at his best every week. How can he when he's running experimental setups trying to solve the core problems of the W13
seems like
platform?
It sounds like if those people sit in Hamilton's car, it sounds like they can be able to drive the car better than Hamilton.
Which they can't.
Which it's like impossible. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
It's frustrating, and even Nico Rosberg,
Yeah, he chimed
like,
in.
Yeah, and come on, Nico, you yeah, of course, I know you're a good driver, but one Formula One championship, and you beat Hamilton once, and then you start to talk about the ability of Hamilton.
Like you're an expert on Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are teammates, but really,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, and at least from my perspective, okay, if Hamilton is taking the most experimental setups from race to race, that signals that he's being a team player and that he's working towards the benefit of the team. Then Nico turn around and construes that as like recommendation saying, "Oh, George, beware. Lewis Hamilton doesn't like to lose to teammates." Like, what the F is that, man? Like, literally, the guy is working for the benefit of the team, for the benefit of, like, the engineers. And that's your takeaway? That, it just seems like he's trying to inject relevance, like his own relevance, into the conversation.
Right? It seems like he wants to inject his opinions and the toxic opinions on Hamilton into Russell's brain.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then, dude, Jackie Stewart.
Oh my god.
Right? Legendary 3-time world champion, and Scott said that Hamilton should leave the sport before he goes through the pain of not being able to do what he used to do behind the wheel. He suggested that the 7-time world champion will still be very successful when he leaves F1 due to his other interests. So it's time for him to resign, Jackie Stewart said. Like, based on what? Like, what's your insider knowledge, Jackie? I'm sorry, but you present
it's like
no evidence.
3 times world champion shitting on 7 times world champion.
Yeah. Like, and again, like, why all of a sudden you like
why did you have to kind of attack Hamilton's interest on fashion, on jewelry?
No, that wasn't Jackie. That was Bernie Ecclestone. Yeah, that was Bernie.
Anyway,
Ecclestone.
they both do.
No, actually, like, Jackie was supportive in that sense. He said, like, he's got music, he's got culture, he loves clothing, and the rag trade would absolutely be suitable for him. I'm sure he'll be very successful because he's been earning a huge amount of money, rightfully so, because he's been the best of his time. Which is fine, but it's like, just because the dude has like one off season, you're not even taking into consideration the state of the car, and you're telling the guy to retire? Like, Jackie, come on, dude. Like, you know better than that. Really?
Yeah.
Like, very, very strange, right?
And I think like, you don't have to talk about people's interest to be able to, their interest is their interest. You have nothing to do with Formula One. It has nothing to do with you. But then at the same time, a lot of people are still talking about their interest outside of Formula One. It looks like they want to attack on them because they can attack his ability of driving.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Because exactly that's been the case with Bernie Ecclestone, right? He went after, Lewis and hard, like super hard. He's just been like crapping all over his fashion choices. He claims that, Lewis's pain was all antics, it's all bullshit, and he's just trying to act and complain for no reason. And it's just like, man, it's ridiculous.
It for me it feels like, I mean, I have it's not only in Formula One. A lot of the time, those old men, I'm gonna say it, those old men that will do a lot of will do a lot of toxicity talk
Yeah.
because they want to get there. They don't want to be forget. They don't want to be forgotten.
Yeah.
They wanted to be in spotlight because they think that they are older than everybody else and they think they knows everything.
Yeah, exactly. Again, like, what the hell does Ecclestone know?
Yeah, yeah, and which is annoys me and annoying you as well because we want sports. We don't want like all this stupid comments.
Yeah.
Just focus on the F Formula One.
Yeah, no. I mean, you said it. Like, give us commentary on the race, give us commentary on the teams. But here's Ecclestone like coming out and saying, Hamilton's a faker. It's all bullshit, right? Which is not true because at least one driver per team has been complaining about the health effects of the constant bouncing and or porpoising, right? With the new concept. The new concept is not working, both in terms of weight, stiffness of the suspension, and the aerodynamic sort of concept, right?
Yeah.
And here comes Ecclestone talking about, freaking Hamilton's fashion sense, accusing him of not helping George Russell and the team. Like, do you even know what's going on within the team, you douche? Like, go and, don't you have like gun charges against you? Like, why don't you go to court? Like, you
or just go be a good audience, subscribe Formula One Talk.
Yeah.
And subscribe Formula One TV and watch it yourself and watch us commentary because I don't think he knows any ideas of how the modern Formula One FIA works. And I don't think he knows because in their mind, like a lot of those people in their mind, they're still stay in the old glory days.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude.
And then they don't want to forget and they don't want to be forgotten. That's it.
No, that's very, very good point. They want to stay relevant. They don't want to be forgotten. And
because they know because they know their time is limited.
Dude, no, Bernie's relevance is over. And honestly, I wish that decrepit piece of human garbage would just fade away. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
it's annoying. It's really annoying.
Yeah, man. Like, to me, he's always represented the worst of F1. And now he's putting words in Toto's mouth, saying that Toto is fed up with Hamilton and that he, needs to have exit strategies for getting rid of Hamilton and getting out of, like, getting some new fresh blood and all of this stuff. And, like, there's no indication of that. None whatsoever. And again, why is there just been, especially after the guy's first podium of the season?
Second podiums.
Yeah, well...
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why has there just been this consistent onslaught of negativity towards the guy? for me, just as like an outside observer, I would say like Jesus, like the guy has been kind of quiet all season long. The first time he really gets any kind of like legitimate success, you guys are attacking him. That tells me you're threatened by him. And the
Yeah.
reality is,
Yeah.
like, Mercedes is in no position to fight for the title. They really
Yeah.
aren't.
Yeah.
And Toto will
And
be
you
the
guys
first one to admit that. So, like, I
and
don't get it.
somehow you guys are still attacking them.
Yeah.
Not other teams but Mercedes. It feels like
Yeah. And
there's
even,
a hatred in there in it.
and not even like Mercedes as much as Hamilton himself.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
to further back your point, it feels like hatred. Like there's
It feels-
genuinely something.
And it happens to be all those old so-called legendary men.
Old white dudes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and that's just the thing. Like, I am not trying to be part of the Team LH mafia here. I every time we have a conversation about different drivers, different situations, I try to be as sort of balanced and fair
Yeah.
as I can. But it's just very strange to me to see no less than like 3-4 days of consistent bashing of one guy, no less than like a week after Mercedes admitted that they were using Lewis Hamilton to test experimental setups. Lewis Hamilton had a really rough race where he suffered a great amount of pain, and the guy got a third place like podium finish. Like, it's just the timing of all of that stuff just seems very odd to me. Very odd
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah,
So-
it's really it's hard. I mean, there's gonna be. I'm pretty sure within these few weeks or within the rest of the season, there's gonna be still a lot of talk and like BS from these guys.
Oh man, I
And
mean,
yeah,
if there's ever one guarantee when white men get angry, old white men especially, they
yeah,
don't shut up.
that's- yep.
Look at
Yep,
Helmut Marko.
Damn you! You are right. Helmut Marko is white.
All right, guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I think-
it's some toxic. It's very toxic.
Yeah. Man, let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm sure we're going to get, a lot of people who are saying, oh, no, blah, 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 or Hamilton haters. And that's fine. If that's your opinion,
Then be
it, right?
Yeah.
But back it up with reasoning. Back it up with evidence. Right?
If you have proof, then we'll take it.
Yeah.
But if you don't, then
Yeah, if you just want,
be it.
and I get it.
If you-
It's sports also, right? Like
Yeah.
if you align yourself with a certain team, there's something primal about it, and you want to just crap on your opposing team, right? It's very not a primal. Tribal is the correct word.
Yeah.
Right. So my tribe will beat your tribe in this battle. It makes sense, right? And I get that. But at the same time, these guys are not supposed to be tribal. These guys are supposed to be the leadership. And these guys are not affiliated with one team or another team, right? So if they're fans making comments, it's a different thing. But they're using their authority as
They're using
as experts and so forth and experienced people from within the industry of F1 to make these comments. So I don't know, man. It's just very
very odd and
Yeah.
very disappointing on how the leadership of Formula One is.
it's starting to feel like American politics here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Like-
I mean, hey, Liberty Media bought Formula One.
yeah, man.
what do you want? What can we say?
Yeah. I mean, if you're,
I mean, there's nothing to do with Liberty Media with Jackie Stewart, but hey, you see the rhythm, you see the pattern here.
Yeah, 100%. Let us know what you think down in the comments below about all of these dudes coming out and talking smack about, Lewis Hamilton. I mean, the guy, really, Lewis has been mostly irrelevant this season.
And
why do they need to take a big fat dump on top of him? Like, I just don't get it.
He's been quiet since 2021 after the controversial finish. And why do you guys have to attack him now for his second podiums?
Yeah,
like out of sudden. So we don't know, man. Yeah, if you just leave a comment, we'll read it, but we're probably not gonna respond.
Yeah, well, we may, but if you make a good point, I'll definitely chime in.
Yeah.
But it's just very interesting, and even, by the way, a good point is not being an absolute blind fan of LH either, right? Like, it's very strange, and we're
really
both
strange.
very confused about this. Why this trio, or if you throw Nico in there, this quattro of dudes all of a sudden decided to just take a steaming hot pile on top of LH.
Yeah.
But something definitely
man.
stinks. Something definitely stinks.
Something's wrong.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts down in the comments below.
Almost sip of Baja Blast, if you guys know what it is. It's nice.
It is. It is a very dangerous drink.
Yep. Only in Taco Bell. So Taco Bell, please contact me.
Free promo. All right.